Good evening, and welcome. The WWBL Spring 2017 season ends this weekend, which means playoff races will soon be heating up. The games will be more competitive, with each team looking to get a top spot in the standings. Find out which team stepped up their game as we look into the playoffs. It all happens in this week in the WWBL. Just a little quick thing before we start. Since I last did this, Ball Sticks and the Chatting Cage have both gained popularity, and both are at a pretty big war. Both are dissing each other left and right, both saying negative things. It's funny because I don't see anyone saying a negative thing about this week in the WWBL. No one's got anything to say. That's none of my business. We started off this week's edition with the Swarm. Now the Swarm have been struggling as of late, as their offense production has really not been good. Kevin Gurr leads the team in home runs and RBIs with 13 home runs and 37 RBIs. However, Kevin Gurr has really slowed down after the hot start he got off to at the start of the season. He's kind of pulled a Chase Headley for all you Yankees fans, and that includes all the no swag he has either. Now, Chris Veneruso is hitting .469 with 11 home runs and 28 RBIs. He hasn't been as much of a producer as they've wanted him to be, but he's logged just 64 at-bats. Shane Rabacs is underwhelmed as well this season. He's hitting just .387 with 8 home runs and 24 RBIs. Veneruso's ERA also went up this week from 1.04 to 2.45. The Swarm currently sit at 9-13 and are at last place in the standings. The team as a whole must step up if we're going to buy them as legitimate championship contenders. Up next, the Canes. Now the Canes have been a mild surprise this season, as they've been one of the more consistent teams in the league. But however, this past weekend, they fell under 500, but that was mainly because Mark Didio wasn't there. Now Mark Didio is the clear carry of this team. It's more like a Russell Westbrook, Oklahoma City Thunder kind of thing. Didio is a clear frontrunner for MVP, as he leads the league in batting average with 566, leads the league in home runs with 29, and leads the league in RBIs with 51. Not only that, but he is electric on the mound. He has pitched to a 1.80 ERA and leads the league with 40 strikeouts. He's the clear best player on this team and helps them win games a lot. Now, in Didio's absence, Ryan Smith had to fill in on the mound. Smith is not who the Canes want on the mound. He has the highest ERA in the league with 4.89. Smith, however, has been a fantastic contributor at the plate. He is hitting .439 with 19 home runs and 46 RBIs. Now, although he has the physique of Greg Heffley, he does find a way to be a key contributor for this team. Russell Crouse has not had a very spectacular season at the plate. Crouse is hitting .306 with 5 home runs and just 7 RBIs. And although he does just have 62 at-bats, the least recorded in the league, other than another man who we will get to now, Drew Rogers. Drew Rogers is basically just not on this team. He's more of a cheerleader at this point, and I think we should consider releasing him from his WWBL contract. Drew, if you're watching this, if you want to prove me wrong, get in the box and hit. It's kind of soft for you just to show up and just not participate. Yeah, but anyway, if Kraft can step up his game, then the Canes can easily be a front runner for the championship.
Yeah, let's go.
At this point, we've reached the halfway point of this week's edition. Let's move on to our next team, the Truth. The Truth have enjoyed plenty of success early on, but they have cooled off a bit after their hot start and lost their first place in the standings. They're still a dangerous team to watch out for. One player I want to talk about right now is Andrew Moy. Andrew Moy, he used to be hyped to be in this league, but right now he just does not care. It's actually really annoying. This is not the behavior that we want the league to be represented by. Moy, watch your back. A suspension could be headed your way. Now, Moy's production on the mound has been great, however. He's pitched to a 1.81 ERA and has 34 strikeouts over 41.5 innings of work. At the plate, Brian Rabacs has led this team. He's hitting .507 with 8 home runs and 26 RBIs. Luke Okoye and Moy have cooled down after getting off to hot starts. Again, Moy, where's the effort? Yokoi is hitting .427 with 11 home runs and 23 RBIs, and Moy is hitting .410 with 11 home runs and 20 RBIs. Yokoi has gone to hitting lefty more often this season, which is a very questionable decision to say the least. I mean, if you're trying to get out of a slump, I don't see the point of hitting lefty. I've made that point to you on the field, but moving on. The Truth will need to get hot again to make a run for the title. If the hitting steps up and Moy keeps pitching well, this team will make noise. If there's one thing you have to know, that is never sleep on the Truth.
Right, what I do.
Now, we get to the first place Outlaws. Now, the Outlaws claim the top spot in the standings after a very successful weekend. They've been a very consistent team, which is important in this league. They've been led by Kevin Rabacs. Rabacs is having a great season at the plate. He's hitting .494 with 28 home runs and 46 RBIs. He leads his team in all batting categories, although strikeouts may be an issue for him. He's in a very tight MVP race with Mark Didio, which would be something to look out for later in the season. Dylan Ward has also helped Rabacs out a lot, being a key contributor. He's hitting .427 with 15 home runs and 37 RBIs. Rabacs and Ward have split time on the mound, each pitching 38 innings. Rabacs has pitched to a 3.87 ERA with 26 strikeouts, and Ward has pitched to a 3.24 ERA with 11 strikeouts. Ward knows how to step it up in the playoffs as he has a career 1.05 ERA in the postseason. When he gets hot, he gets hot. Jake Dahl was absent this past weekend, and he hasn't had the year he's wanted to. He's hitting .333 with 6 home runs and 16 RBIs. Yeah, so we're kind of aware that Jake hasn't really had the year he wants to, because he says it like every week on Ball 6, like, we get it. You're bad. Like, stop saying it every week. It actually gets annoying listening to it. But prove us wrong in the playoffs. If Thought continues his playoff dominance, this team is a top contender to win it all. Consistency is key, and the Outlaws have done just that all year. Here's what the standings look like. With 1 week left to play, it will be interesting to see if these standings hold up heading into the postseason. Here are the league leaders as well. We will be back next week to preview the playoffs. I'm Brian Rabacs saying so long, and we will see you next week on This Week in the WWBL.